Wegovy and Zepbound can produce major weight loss, but some of that lost weight can come from muscle and other non-fat tissue. A 2026 mouse study found a possible way to improve muscle repair during semaglutide treatment. The experimental approach preserved the drug's weight loss effect while helping injured muscle rebuild strength. Current advice centers on resistance exercise, enough protein, enough calories, and staying active. That sounds promising, but the key detail is what the study actually tested. It did not show that a second drug prevents routine muscle loss in people. It tested recovery after a controlled muscle injury in young male mice receiving semaglutide. Researchers first fed the mice a high-fat diet for 12 weeks to produce obesity. They then treated the animals for 5 weeks with semaglutide, an experimental enzyme blocker, both treatments or neither. This design separated the effects of weight loss from the effects of blocking the repair-related enzyme. Semaglutide reduced food intake and produced about 25% body weight loss in the obese mice. Fat mass fell sharply, and muscle mass also decreased. Before the deliberate injury, however, the mice largely maintained strength despite having less muscle tissue. The researchers then injured a lower leg muscle to create a controlled test of rebuilding after injury. After injury, semaglutide-treated mice recovered less strength than mice not receiving semaglutide. Their new muscle fibers were also smaller, showing that the rebuilding process had been impaired. Muscle repair depends on special cells that activate after damage. They multiply and help create new muscle fibers. A natural chemical signal supports that process, while an enzyme removes the signal. The experimental treatment blocked that enzyme so the repair signal stayed available longer. Adding the enzyme blocker improved recovery. More of those repair cells became active, new muscle fibers grew larger, and injured muscles regained more strength. Semaglutide still produced substantial weight loss, so improved recovery did not come from weakening its effect on body weight. The benefit was most obvious after damage. In young, healthy mice without an injury, blocking the enzyme did not consistently increase strength. The treatment mainly helped damaged muscle rebuild instead of making healthy muscle stronger. That distinction is important for interpreting the result. The experiment did not test ordinary walking, strength training, or gradual weakness during long-term treatment. It measured how well a deliberately injured muscle rebuilt itself during 5 weeks of semaglutide treatment. Muscle size and muscle function are related, but they are not identical. A person can lose some non-fat tissue while keeping useful strength. Another person can have a modest change on a body scan, but still notice slower stairs, weaker grip, or poorer exercise performance. Weight loss can affect muscle through several pathways at once. Eating too few calories leaves less energy for maintenance and training. Low protein intake provides less material for repair. Reduced activity removes an important signal that tells the body to keep muscle. Wegovy and Zepbound can also cause nausea, early fullness, and fatigue. Those effects can make protein intake and resistance exercise harder to maintain. Muscle changes during treatment can therefore come from nutrition, activity, weight loss speed, illness, and medication effects working together. The mouse study has major limits for patients. The animals were young males, and treatment lasted only 5 weeks. Many people using weight loss medicines are older or have diabetes, arthritis, limited mobility, or other conditions that already affect strength and muscle recovery. This injury experiment is another limitation. Researchers created sudden muscle damage, while patients usually worry about gradual loss of strength during months or years of weight loss. The experiment provides a strong clue about rebuilding. Researchers need longer studies to see whether everyday strength is preserved during weight loss. A separate oral drug that blocks the same enzyme has entered human testing. Its first human study focused on safety in healthy younger and older adults. Researchers measured safety, how much drug was in the body, and whether it blocked the enzyme as intended. In that early study, 100 healthy participants received the oral drug or an inactive treatment. Most participants tolerated the treatment well, and no serious medical problems were reported. Urine tests showed that higher doses blocked more of the enzyme. Those human results answer a different question from the mouse experiment. The early human study did not combine the oral drug with Wegovy or Zepbound. That study provides early safety information and shows that the drug blocked the enzyme it was designed to block. The company is developing the oral treatment for age-related sarcopenia, meaning loss of muscle strength and function with aging. A later stage human study is planned in people with sarcopenia. The drug remains experimental and is not approved by the Food and Drug Administration. That enzyme blocking strategy is only one experimental approach to protecting muscle. A 2026 human trial enrolled 507 adults with obesity and combined semaglutide with the experimental drug bimagrumab. The combination preserved substantially more non-fat tissue than semaglutide alone while producing greater fat loss. That result came from humans, not mice. By contrast, the enzyme blocker still needs its own weight loss trials measuring strength and daily function. Tests can include leg strength, grip strength, walking speed, standing from a chair, and recovery after exercise. Body scans can estimate non-fat tissue, but that includes water, organs, and tissues besides muscle. Starting health also matters. An active younger adult with good strength is different from an older adult who already has less muscle or trouble moving. Trials should study these higher risk groups separately instead of assuming everyone responds the same way. Researchers should also compare different rates of weight loss. Rapid loss, very low calorie intake, low protein intake, and reduced activity can occur together. Careful trials are needed to tell whether the enzyme blocker helps muscle or whether differences come from eating and moving less. For patients today, resistance exercise and adequate nutrition remain the best supported tools for protecting muscle during weight loss. Strength training gives muscle a reason to stay useful. Protein supplies the building blocks needed for maintenance and repair while body weight is falling. 2 or 3 strength sessions each week can train the major muscle groups. Protein can be spread across several meals instead of being concentrated in one sitting. Older adults, people with kidney disease, and people with major weakness need nutrition and exercise plans tailored to their health. Medication dosing matters as well. The highest dose someone can tolerate is not automatically the best dose. If appetite becomes extremely low, eating enough protein and calories can become difficult. Exercise can also suffer when nausea or fatigue persists. Watch physical function as closely as the number on the scale. Trouble rising from a chair, slower stairs, weaker grip, repeated falls, or worse exercise performance should trigger a review. Check nutrition, activity, medication dosing, and other medical causes. The 2026 mouse study suggests that directly supporting muscle repair may help during major weight loss. Blocking the repair-related enzyme helped injured muscle rebuild and regain strength without reducing semaglutide's weight loss effect in young mice. No extra drug is approved specifically to protect muscle during Wegovy or Zepbound treatment. Bimagrumab has helped preserve more non-fat tissue with semaglutide in a human trial. Researchers have tested this enzyme-blocking approach for muscle protection during semaglutide treatment only in mice. Exercise, adequate protein, and strength monitoring remain practical today. Medicine simplified. That's what this channel does. If you want more, hit subscribe. This is not medical advice. Consult your doctor.